Well, hello, good evening, everybody, and welcome to my kitchen. This is Mark with Killer Grow with Mark, and today I am actually going to be fulfilling a request from a subscriber. I got a request to make lumpia, which is kind of like the Filipino version of an egg roll. And so it's funny because my wife had just made me lumpia not too long ago, and it was crazy delicious. I mean, I've had lumpia before, bought, restaurants, whatever, street vendors, like that. But she'd never actually made me lumpia before. Personally, she'd never made it before, but she made me lumpia. And it was incredible. And it just coincidentally, this subscriber asked if I could cook lumpia. And I said, absolutely, I will make some lumpia. So we're going to get cooking and make some lumpia. So let's get cooking and make some lumpia. So let me go over the ingredients real quick, what we're going to have in the lumpia, and this is the way my wife made it for me. And we have diced up carrots, and you want to dice them up as small as you can get them. I'm not that great at dicing. I guess I could have used my processor, but I did all this by hand. Leeks, all right, red onion, green onion, garlic, cilantro, Magic Sarap. This is a Filipino seasoning you get in the Philippines, but it's actually made by Nestle, and you can actually get it. And I will put a link in the comments with the directions and the ingredients where you can get Magic Sarap. And this stuff is great. Ground pork. Soy sauce. You're going to need spring roll wrappers. You can use the rice wrappers. You can use these. These are super thin, all right? They generally come frozen. You can get them at your supermarket. I just happen to get these at an Asian food market right near the house, but they do have them at the supermarket. You're going to need some oil and an egg. The Magic Sarap comes like this. These little pouches. I ordered it Amazon. Anyway, but this is all the ingredients. Let's go ahead and let's get cooking, okay? We'll put a little bit of, I'm using olive oil. We'll put a little olive oil in the skillet, okay? And the first thing we're going to do is we're gonna cook the onions and the garlic first, okay? So let me get all my ingredients over here close to the stove, including the pork. All right, so we'll heat up our oil. And this, in my case, this time, I'm using olive oil. I prefer olive oil. You can even, because you fry the lumpia, you can even use olive oil to fry the lumpia if you don't want to use canola oil or vegetable oil. Canola oil is very popular out in the Philippines, but so is olive oil. Okay, so we want to get our oil hot. Little hint, if you guys didn't know this. Do you know why there's a hole in the handle on most all skillets? There's two reasons why. One of them is if you want to hang your skillets on a rack, but the other one is a place to put your spoon or whatever. If you don't want to put it down here on the counter and make a mess, you can put whatever, you can put your spoon or whatever in that hole and it holds it right there. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so our olive oil should be heating up by now, so we'll toss the onions in. And like I said, you want to dice the onions, and you want them small. You want them. I probably should have diced these a little bit smaller than I did, but I actually love onions. I really do, and I don't mind them being a little bit bigger. I'll be honest with you. When my wife made the lumpia for me, she diced all this stuff up a lot smaller than I did. A lot smaller. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and we'll toss in our garlic, and that is half a large red onion. Okay, 1/2 of a large red onion. Okay, and this is 5 cloves of garlic diced up. Like I said, all this will be in the description. Okay? Every bit of this I will put in the description. I'm really getting very good about doing that lately. And I have just a little over a pound of fresh ground pork. Okay? People also mix pork and beef, or pork and chicken, or beef and chicken. You can really use any kind of meat that you want. Traditionally in the Philippines they use ground pork. Lumpia basically is a Filipino version of an egg roll. Although there will be no egg in this mixture. Okay? Look at it, I'm not even following my own advice, right? Put it right there, right? But I'm just gonna sweat the onions, and I'm really only gonna cook the garlic until it's really fragrant. Once it really starts releasing that fragrance, that's when I know that my garlic is cooked. I mean, it's sauteed to where we want it sauteed, okay? Good. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw in the leeks. Okay? Like I said, I'm not going to use all of what's in these. I just happen to cut up. That was one whole leek. Okay? The green onions, I'm going to go ahead and throw those in. Okay? The carrots. We're going to throw in the carrots. You kind of want equal amounts of all of these, okay? That's kind of what you're going for. You're kind of going for equal amounts of all of them, okay? And we're just gonna saute these bad boys. Okay. I'm gonna just kind of push all of this stuff off to one side. Looks good. Smells good. All right. In goes the pork. Okay, so the meat is cooking up pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw in this cilantro. You don't like cilantro? If you don't like cilantro, use parsley. If you don't like cilantro or parsley, don't use either one. I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of soy sauce. Okay? There we go. And I'm using Silver Swan. It's a Filipino soy sauce. Mmm. Okay, now I'm going to add in the Magic Sarap. Uh-oh, I better cut it open first, right? Okay, here goes the Magic Sarap. One of these little packages of Magic Sarap. Oh. Now, I'll be honest with you. You could literally just simmer this for a little bit. Just the way it is right now. And wrap it up in the wonton wrappers, spring roll wrappers, and rock it. But we're going to go one step further. This is how my wife makes it. Put a cup of water in there, mix it up real good. And simmer it. I'm going to cover it up. Let it simmer. Pull all those flavors together. Ah. Alright, so while we're waiting for the meat mixture to cook down, we'll make the dipping sauce. Now I had to make a couple adjustments because I don't have any celery leaves. And I couldn't get the red chilies, so I got these green Thai chilies. But the dip you make, and it's very kind of a traditional, I think, Filipino dip that they use out there. I've got in this, I've got just some white vinegar, some white distilled vinegar. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some garlic. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to mash the garlic and just throw it in there. Okay, like that. Throw it in that vinegar. And then I'm going to throw some onions in there. I'm going to throw some of the cilantro in there. Okay, then we're going to chop up these peppers real small. Okay. I know you probably can't see that real well. Okay, and then so I chopped them up like that. I'm not going to do anything else, just chop them up. Throw those in there. Okay, then we're going to put a little bit of salt in there. Oops, that's way too much. Put a little salt in there. Okay. Alright, some ground pepper. Okay. A little bit of sugar. A couple of pinches of sugar. And then just a little bit of soy sauce. Okay. And then we're going to give that a stir. And that's our dipping sauce for the lumpia. So that can be sitting there marinating while we finish up the lumpia. Okay? So there you have it. So other than the chilies, they use a red chili that looks very much like these green Thai chilies, but they're red. They're about that long, skinny, and they're kind of hot. So now let's check out our meat. All right, look at that. It's been simmering. It simmered for a while with the lid on, and then I took the lid off. We cooked all of that water down. Okay. Looks good, huh? It smells really good. Of course, you want to do a little taste test. I did do a taste test, okay? So now I'm going to turn it off. Okay? I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to let it kind of put it over there, and I'm going to let it cool. I will get the Dutch oven out, and I'll put some canola oil in here. And you really don't need a ton. The only thing you really want to be careful of is you want to have enough oil in there so that the lumpia, when you put them in there, aren't just sitting on the bottom of the pan, because then they'll kind of almost brown too much on the bottom. Before you know it, they're overcooked or whatever. So now I'll turn this on. Okay. I want this. I just have that on low. I want to bring it up slow. Okay, and then I'll actually take the temperature. You want the oil to be about 350 degrees. Okay. All right. So I've got a couple of the wrappers here ready. Okay, I'm going to set them over here. I just want to show you, you kind of want to keep these things moist. So if you're going to be working with them a long time, all right, you want to keep a damp towel on them. You don't want to dry them out, okay? These they're not even near that yet, but if I was going to have them out too doggone long, I would definitely just take a paper towel and moisten it with some water, and then put it on top of them while they're sitting here. They're starting to, I can feel the edges starting to dry out just a little bit, but not too bad. You're either going to need just some water or an egg wash. All right? I use egg wash, okay? Okay, so you're going to take your wrapper, okay? There's two different methods of doing this. You can cut these in half, all right? And I will actually do one like that, just so you can see what I'm talking about, okay? And you can use scissors. I just got a knife right there, so you can cut them in half, right? Like that. And then, if you want to, okay? And then take your meat, okay? Put it on there right there. Now, you're not going to use a lot of meat. In fact, this is probably a lot right here, okay? Anyway, then you take it and you bring it up over, okay? Bring it all the way up over so it touches together, okay? I hope you can see that. And then just kind of pull it back like that. Roll it. Then bring your corners over, okay, like this. Nice and tight. All right, and then right here is where you want to put the egg wash. Okay, so we get the egg wash. You put a little egg wash right there. Okay, and then you finish rolling it up. And the egg wash is what seals it up, and there you go, lumpia. Okay, or if you don't want to do it in half, okay, you can use a whole sheet like this. You know, some people like a whole sheet. Take your meat, same method, doesn't change. Okay, put your meat on there. I'm going to put just a little bit more. Okay, put your meat on there. I said that again, didn't I? Yum. Okay, roll it over, pull it back nice and tight. Roll it over like that. Fold in your sides. Okay, fold in this side. Then roll it. Okay, all right, nice and tight. Your egg wash. Okay, put your egg on there. Roll it up. Boom. So there you go. And when you fry it, you're going to put it so that that connection spot is down first. Okay, so right there where you put the egg wash on, that's the part you're going to put down first in the oil. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and keep rolling these out. Alright, so I've got all the lumpia. It's all rolled up. It's sitting right over here. I've got a sheet pan with a cooling rack and some paper towels in the bottom. Our temperature is 352. So I think we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull out the thermometer right now. And just believe me, I wouldn't touch that part. Okay, I'm going to set it right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our lumpia in there. Now, remember, when you're putting things into hot oil, be careful. And you want to put it in there. And generally speaking, I didn't grab that one right, but I'll grab it like up at here. And when I drop it down in there, I'll drop it away from me, not towards me. Okay, see, like that? Boom. So if it does splash, it's going to splash that way instead of towards me. Okay? All right. Get another one in there. Okay, oh yeah. I think we got room for another one. Remember, we're putting the part that's folded over right there where we put the egg wash in, we're putting that down. Remember? I did mention that. And you don't want to really overcrowd the pot, okay? That's good enough right there, okay? Well, there we go. Lumpia. So, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze some fresh lime juice into our dip. If we were in the Philippines, this would be what's called calamasi. Calamasi is, it's like, they're tiny. They're only about, they're smaller, about the size of a golf ball or smaller. Mostly smaller than a golf ball. And they're like, I believe they are actually a hybrid cross of a lime and a lemon. But they're extremely high in vitamin C. They're very good for you. And they have very strong flavor. And they literally squeeze calamasi on everything. So here's our dip. Remember, we made the dip. It's got the garlic and the hot Thai chilies and the cilantro and the onions and a little bit of sugar, salt, pepper, and the vinegar. And then, of course, I just squeezed the lime in it. Now, we're going to dip. And we're going to take a bite. Okay, you ready for this? Mmm. 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 That's delicious. Turn it around. Mmm. Give me another bite. Mmm. Mmm. You've got to make this. Mmm. That is delicious. Good lumpia. All right. Make this. Try it out. Edward, make you some lumpia, dude. Everybody out there, make some lumpia. It's delicious. I'm going to put everything I use to make it will be in the comments. I'll put directions in the comment. I'll put links to all the things that you need that you can't just readily get at your grocery store, like the Magic Sarap seasoning. That's extremely hard to find. If you've got a decent Asian market in your area, you can get the Magic Sarap at an Asian market. All right. I'll put a link in the comment in the description where you can just get it. I literally ordered it, got it the next day from Amazon Prime, right? So anyway, try it out. Leave me a comment. Smash that like button. Let me know what you think. Suggestions, comments. This making the lumpia was a suggestion from a subscriber. I made it for him, okay? If you have a suggestion, please leave me a comment, shoot me a message, let me know, all right? If I don't know how to make it, I'll find out how, and I'll figure it out, and I'll cook it. But if I just can't do it, I'll tell you, I'm sorry, but I can't do that, but I don't know, I've never ran across anything I couldn't cook. A couple of things that are coming up. I got a request from a subscriber, bananas Foster. I actually made bananas Foster for this particular subscribers, several years ago. Actually, I didn't want to tell you how many years ago I made bananas Fosters. That's something that's coming up. I've got a lot of things on a list of videos I'm going to make. So subscribe, hit that bell, make sure you get notified when I drop another video like this one. And happy cooking. Thank you.